He's got free stuff to throw out.
Hello, this is Anna. Hello.
Hi, Xander. Oh, now I recognize him. Hi, Xander.
Ginormous room.
Every Buffy fan would be here, but, you know.
It's really
It's all
big.
for him.
I'm looking at it this way. You guys are looking this way, so that's really, it's cavernous. It's like a different weather pattern happening. In the corner, there's a tornado. It's like a biodome.
You should try walking from that side to this side. It takes forever.
That makes me sick to my stomach. So, we're going to do,
Yeah.
I'm going to burp. What was that? Pork. Pork?
You get rated too.
Oh, that's it?
Maybe the next one aim into the microphone.
Be chunky. Do they have any clam chowder on them? Chowder.
Yeah.
All right,
Besides that, you clean that up.
so are you going to ask some questions? Are they going to ask questions?
I have a couple questions, and while I'm asking, if you all want to start thinking about yours and making a nice line right
Okay,
here,
I'll go ask a
then
question. I'll be right
most of
back.
this will
I'm
be
not gonna
them
go ask a
talking to you,
question.
and you
I have no questions.
Sure.
I was about to say.
All right.
Like everybody.
You're like, we got it.
I'll just put my stuff down.
Are you seriously getting
I
up?
can't believe you people that aren't getting up.
I'm just asking one quick
Maybe
question.
they're saving the good
Unless somebody else
questions
asks.
Saddens me.
later. All right. This one hit me at like 2:30 this morning, and you probably have heard it a lot, but I want to know exactly how many yellow crayons you have received from fans.
I've not received one.
Seriously? Like someone run to the store.
I do the Snoopy dance every time I do.
Yeesh, what is wrong with my arm?
I don't even know like when it started, but it started at some point years ago, and now every meet and greet Q&A I have, I end up doing the Snoopy
I'm so
dance.
sorry about the shaking.
Doing the Snoopy dance, people.
That's the official word.
You're not
Yeah,
gonna
you
shoot me
know.
good right now. You kidding me? I gotta feel your breasts a little bit, you know?
Okay.
Anyone who knows my Q&As know that they're not PG. Oh,
We got it.
if anything, it's KY. Hello. You're just not gonna answer the question, right?
They're kind of bland, just compared to you. So I don't know what I want to do here. I was thinking for the maybe 2 or 3 people who got pulled into this, like my girlfriend or boyfriend is a fan,
Right.
maybe you would tell how you got your spot as Xander.
Well, I auditioned for it. I went in. It was my first. It's called a pilot season, and it's between like February and April, so that's when they kind of cast all the pilots. And I had had a general meeting with the head of casting at Warner Brothers, and it's just kind of like a get to know you. And so I was going out on a lot of pilots and getting a lot of callbacks, and then I was probably it's going to be my last audition of that pilot season. I got the call for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I went in and I met with casting, only casting, and she gave me a note, saying play it more this way, but you're going to come back at 4:00 and meet Joss and everybody. I'm like, okay. So then I went into the room, and Joss sitting there, and Gail Berman, who's one of our producers, is sitting there, and I'm like, hey, Gail was on the phone. I'm like, hey, we talk, tell the person who's $5, like just kind of just being an idiot, like I'm really good at it. And then so then I do the part as was directed by the casting director, and Joss says, okay, that's good. That guy that came into the room, why don't you play it like him? And I looked at the caster, I'm like, that's the way I was playing. So then I did it, and then I got a phone call later on that that evening that I was going to go to Fox and test, and that process is just it makes your bowels kind of very wet, you know. It's like, you always feel like it's horrible. So then I went on Friday, tested at Fox, and then there were like 6 potential Xanders, and then 2 of us. They allowed 2 of us to go along. You know, they got rid of 4, but it was on Monday, so it was just a weekend of, you know, loose bowels and not eating. So then we went to Warner Brothers, and the guy went in first, and I found out that he was a first choice for Xander, and so he went in. And then he came out, and then I went in, and it was in the same office where I had that general meeting that I was talking about. So I felt like I knew the place, and I just nailed it. I just, you know, like I knew it. I was in the middle of doing it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so good. I was really good. And then I went out, and we waited like 10 minutes. It was just he and I, you know, just in a little waiting room, very uncomfortable. He had long hair, and I asked if I could braid it for him, but he said no. And then casting came out and said that that I was released. They were gonna torture him one more time. And I said, okay, bye. And what happened was that I was so good that I hopped him for the choice. But since he was the #1 choice coming in, they wanted to give him another chance to see if he could do what I just did. He didn't, and. Actually, we were still using pagers. I got a page, you know, my manager, 911, 911, call me, you know. And I pulled over to a payphone when those things were. And I said, hey, she's like, you got it. And I start crying, you know, and she's crying, and then I went and had it all.
Did you ever think you would be coming to cons 10, 15 years after still talking about that?
I didn't, you know, it's like, you know, the con thing is kind of new to me, you know, and it's been really great. It's just really nice to meet the fans. And I do want to say that there were, and this is by no means am I being upset or anything, but I guess there were a few complaints to the con that I wasn't at my table enough, and if you were waiting in a line and I wasn't there, I really apologize for not being there. So, I'm just gonna blanket say that right now. So, fuck off.
That seems like a perfect opportunity to let this lady in your shirt talk.
Hi, Kiki.
I'm Jennifer Rivera, and I had a couple of questions.
Okay, talk to me.
What was your favorite episode in Buffy?
My favorite episode, you know, it's funny because it should be Hush. It should be Once More with Feeling. It should be the Zeppo. It should be the Pack. But in terms of acting, I really, really enjoyed watching and shooting Buffy vs. Dracula. My favorite line, you know, this one up is the Police and Master. You know, and I just love how he talks so fast. You know, it was a completely different character. So, which is kind of strange, but I have such an affinity for that particular episode. But the musical was, you know, that was just, it's almost like we have to kind of take the musical out of the equation. You know what I mean? Because it was just so different.
Which actor did you like acting with?
You know, Sarah and I really worked well together. I love working with James. You know, because he's just so into the moment, the art. You know, and I'm so not. So like when we had the whole thing where he was like, you know, locked up in my basement. You know, like those scenes were really fun. You know, it was one of those shows. Everybody was amazing. You know, that's probably why it works. We really had a blast working together. So. But I enjoy working with James a lot.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. God, that was weird. Yes. It's upper gas, not lower gas. I'll save the lower gas for my plane ride home.